This is Joe again, and welcome back to Stasis Bone Totem, where we just opened this gate here and are ready to continue, although we had some difficulty getting this gate to open because at some point I probably did not see us opening the cage of the fuse, but whatever, we're in. This complex apparatus increases the voltage of the power generation system. Energy is distributed throughout the rig by this mass of machinery. The beating heart of the massive rig sits in silence. Okay. The turbine starter. Rust away. Okay, we can use that for something. I almost lost my mech arm to this stuff once. Okay, then we have this, a damaged hose. Okay, we have something here, something here.
Out of fuel, looks like.
Okay, empty fuel canister. We got a lot of stuff here. Break that apart. No. Break that apart. No. I don't think breaking this apart would be a good idea, but let's try it. Still? Okay, and then we go back to her. Then we take this and repair it with duct tape.
And voila!
That was all duct tape we had?
Airtight.
There you go again, using fancy words, making yourself look smarter than me.
Airtight is not
Honey,
a fancy word.
I don't need fancy words for that.
Yeah. That wasn't even a fancy word. That was all the duct tape we had? We put that here again. Yeah. Okay. We don't need a hint, thank you. Not yet. For now, we're gonna... No. Give this to him. To her. Because rust away will help us get through this rusty thing.
Rust in peace.
Good work there.
Thanks. Heading inside.
The anti-rust thing. What? Ah, okay. Take those. Okay. Apparently she doesn't need those, and she also doesn't need the ejection pistol thing from the rust away. I would have taken those with me. You never know.
Oh, it's dark. Power's off here.
As well as the cardboard inner tubing of the duct tape. I would have tried to take that with me. The crates are stacked in a way that clearly suggests they were intended as a barricade. Okay, there was some kind of fighting in here. Oh my fucking god, what is you?
Warning, elevated heart rate detected.
Oh my god.
Charlie. What is that?
It's a body.
Okay, that's it. Get back to the boat.
No, Mac. It's okay.
It's okay? It's a body. A really messed up one, too. We're out of here. Authorities can deal with this.
It's not like we haven't seen bodies before. Remember the Starfall?
That was different. It was a contract. We knew there was going to be...
And now we know the same thing here.
Charlie.
We can do this.
We don't have any idea what's going on here. Whatever killed him could kill us too.
Exactly. We don't know. We don't know if it's dangerous or if it isn't. So we stay until we find out.
Charlie.
Just a little further, Mac. We need this. We need it. You know I'm right.
So
A little further. The next time I call it. It's called.
So I was talking about gambling in the last episode. This also is gambling. Just with their lives. A flayed man. The final meal of a sacrificed man has spilled on the ground. In the dim light, the slaughter-soaked concrete glistens. We're looking at that shit.
This looks
Like what?
like it's staged, like a ritual.
Yeah, that is a ritual.
Is that supposed to make me feel better?
It's like trying, like the backside of, it looks like the backside of the ribs is opened and it's like spread like wings, like the intestines. The problem is if I look inside the body, the ribs are still there. So I have no idea what this is supposed to be then, because the ribs are still there. Okay, what is you? There's some kind of metal thing here. Let's use a magnet on that. Nope. Nothing else here? Why can't we use the magnet on that? Okay. Then the rod. Not the rod. I don't think the empty fuel canister will fill here, but we have it here. Fuel canister. Bash that thing. Had to try. The right combination of gases. Okay, that will be a puzzle in the future. Bulls. A wispy web of meat stretches lazily upwards, whatever craft or device holding them aloft hidden in the darkness above. The strands dance and oscillate in time with dust particles brought to life by the drafty air. Beads of blood hanging from the tendrils, each reflecting a dot of light, profane decoration upon necrotic wings. Imposing equipment looms over the back of the room, likely a dormant filter or processor for specific liquids. It also seems to have been used as an improv location to store scrap. Substation notice. AA is blocked. We only have FG, J, and JJ left. The others are crossed out. This time no QR code. Okay, JJ and FG are still active. Everything else has been destroyed, if I see that right. So we go to the PDA. It's another long one. Stephen Cameron, the technician this time. I've been assigned to assist Dr. Elspeth should she acquire anything to be lifted or transported. Apparently her bones are messed up. Soft as chalk. It feels like I'm an old Vulcan Death Watch again. Did I mention she smells like zinc and brimstone? 37 log entries erased. Sir? To the captain. Sir, we've lost comms with the mule. Impossible to say for sure, but all the connections going dead simultaneously doesn't seem like a mechanical error. I hear our occupying forces communicating below just fine. I guarantee they've noticed the mule's comms are down and they don't seem bothered. Captain, my take. They cut the comms to control the flow of information from the mule. Don't want anyone accidentally learning about what's happening down there. If I'm right, they're doing cleanup rather than containment, and we need to make sure we don't start looking like we need a wash. Cap told me that most systems have been shut down remotely. Any attempt to use them brings up an error saying Deep Sea 50 no longer exists as it's now listed as lost. I did stuff like this during my time with Blue Haven in the 70s. We called it a goatfuck operation. Evacuate what personal data we can, then burn the place to the ground. The standard procedure was to set the site to self-destruct. This buys time to generate plausible deniability and shape an internal narrative. I'm texting all channels. Is anyone there? Last thing I remember was here helping move cargo, Captain orders, and then something heavy hit me on the head, knocking me out. Dr. Elspeth was the only one in the room with me. I woke up covered in blood, and not a living soul around. What the hell happened here? A ton of debris washed up on the landing. Life jackets and equipment from the Sebastian. I won't tell the captain. He's not coping well. Oh, sweet mother, the bell came back, and something climbed out. I heard screams. They didn't sound human. So they have like a diving bell. Okay, to the captain. Cap, I got the sentry gun up and running, and by some miracle also got the DNA sniffer working. So if we can get a sample from that skin job, we can target it specifically. I've seen these rounds perforate tank platings out in the field, so anything that gets so much as grazed will be reduced to chunky mints. The battery was fried, so I spliced its cabling into our power grid. It should stay operational while we have power and it has ammo. Also, uploads to Luna finished while I was working. so they got whatever data they wanted. Soon after, the system started doing a local scrubs of our servers. It took a while, but I managed to catch that it was scrubbing every mention of this operations from our systems. I have a feeling that our time is up. Why did this message not get scrubbed? Tick-tock, that's all I can hear. Goatfuck operations always ended in a large explosion. No explosion then? Sit, then make it. I heard him scream, then he was gone. Cap, you were sleeping when I left. I'm heading out now to deal with the old generator. The gas needs a refill. I should be done before anything goes to hell. Lock the door just in case, please, Cap. I need to head out to grab some supplies and start jury-rigging that long-range radio so this works out for our benefit. This sounds sentimental and somewhat ridiculous given the circumstances, but I will grab some flowers from cold storage. I know Yvette loved yellow daisies, and we would be better if we sent her off respectfully. Chin up. See you soon, Cap. Okay. There's some huge stuff going on here. This substation notice. We cannot interact with that. I had to double check. Because it's been 5 minutes since I looked at that. Variegated. Hanging chains cling quietly in the soft currents of the draft. An elevator panel, but the elevator seems to be out of order. An unknown console, it's unclear what purpose this piece of equipment serves. The best guess is that it analyzes whatever is dropped into the receiver, but it's impossible to know without power. And that's tar. A couple of these weighty foil tarps have been used to cover the steel framework piercing through the center of the room, though not much headway was made before the attempt was abandoned.
Look at this. Fuel cylinder resupply station.
Functional.
Looks it.
That'll come in handy.
Yep, that's exactly what we need, but we look further down, where there is the same barricade. It strikes you that you're not quite sure which side of the barricade was meant to be cut off. Something to come in or something to come out. This doesn't work.
Damn. Without power, this elevator's not going anywhere.
Working
It's
on
not
it.
out of
Work
power.
faster.
It's not out of power. It's not out of power. There's a monitor on it and it's active. Fucking hell, it's not out of power. Okay, fuming station. Take the screwdriver. Okay, that's where we put that. Oh my god, we need some combination of gases, but we don't know what. Meg threw my precious screwdriver at Adolf. I'm beginning to think he has anger issues. Can we screw up this magnet thing? Okay. Up, open, whatever. We need orders on how to mix these. Full cell cylinder. Full fuel cylinder. And then we can do that again, just with... Okay. Good. We leave it in there. Critical to get the right mix of chemicals. Okay, we need... This thing, symbols are mostly triangles. Not here. Substation notice. No triangular shit on here, okay. No such hints on here unless it's written on the side of the PDA. No, it just says love. I don't think we have anything else helping us here, so we go back here. And Mac has to search for the correct fuel. Ah! That it says. Okay. question is yes or no. Does this say yes or no? I'm not pressing the question mark. And I need to relook at that again. 1, 4, 7, 9, 11. 1, 4, 7, 9, 11. 1, 4, 7, 9, 11. I'd say yes. One, 4, 7, 9, 11. That looks fine. And we give that to him. And it's a 50-50 whether this is the right configuration. This robust console provides the operation mechanism for the electrical power generator. It still sits in silence. Switch distribution control. Input correct substation sequence. AAMN. Okay, let's look at the thing. It said which substation sequence we're supposed to be going for. The question is, do we need to like look at the thing in the background, or do we just say AAFG JJ AA? I think we say just that. I'm gonna write that down to not have to do double and triple checks. Also, back when I was running around, I tried to hit this thing with a rod. Didn't work. Or maybe I missed it, whatever. We're going to go here. And we say AA, FG, JJ, AA. Failure. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the right coding. So we now need to look basically at the innards of the electrical thing above. Like there's some underlining here. Start push button. There's like directly here. Oh god. Do we actually need to look at the back of this? I don't even know. It says this here. It says this here. But what part is this? Which of the switches? Like all of these are switches up there? Which part is the AA referring? It's just printed above that. I can just think that we maybe need to tilt the image. So my
door won't budge.
Yeah. Rig this size, those bulkheads are magnetically sealed.
Magnetically sealed. Magnet. That. Okay. Sorry, I just heard the one thing and immediately thought, yeah, we can magnet that up. Or whatever. Okay, we're trying the... Just the opposite order. This JJ, FG, AA. Okay. Okay. She has the other substation thing. Let's look what her text tells her. AA, TK, BN, AA. Like the stuff in this order? Like BN instead of JJ? And TK instead of FG? Because the other ones are destroyed. And we just see that hour. We can instead take the other one. Okay. TK. We don't have TK and BN. So that's not what it is.
That diagram I saw back on the turbine. That might help me get this up and running.
Yeah. Start power push button is there. And we saw it that way around. We tried that. AA, FG, JJ, AA. Okay, like that was a clue that we didn't need, because what was that double black? Why did your weird game? The code AAFGJJ AA is legible. Yeah. We tried that. Start push button. From here. Then we go there. Do I need to just scramble it randomly? There's no hint here, this QR code says. Do we just start from JJ? Like, the problem is, like, it's just printed completely over the conduit. Like, so the sketch of the conduit is not like the scientific sketching of the actual conduit. It's not what the main thing is here. Do we just scramble it randomly? Why? What is wrong? Is there something wrong? It said JJ and AA were the ones that were like circled in some way. What's my problem here again? Like, there's again some problem with me and puzzle solving that I don't get now. Like the other one, I probably didn't notice when clicking randomly around that it actually opened, although I was pretty certain that I clicked it before. That was what's going on in the last episode, but maybe I just hadn't clicked that before. Like, what's wrong about my assumptions here? The problem is, like, what is the FG? Is it where M1 is marked here? Could also be that junction, that battery, no, condensator. There's, like, on this, there's no sign for a switch. Like this could be like something weird there, huh? And this isn't even like circled. Do we just put it all to JJ? Because JJ is circled in? I don't think that will be the solution. Yeah. What is wrong about my first assumption here? We're just gonna do it backwards again. And forwards again. What the fuck? What's my problem here? Input the correct substation sequence. What are you talking about? Oh, does this show like... Oh god. I'm trying to like look at the power lines, whether the power lines for the like have the right mechanism. Okay. Where's the turbine? Where would the turbine even be? It's this one, yeah? So we're going JJ first, if that's the turbine. We're going JJ. These two don't exist. JJ over AA. And then we're trying to go like around here. JJ, AA, AA, FG. Didn't I try that? That's what I tried. Try the other way around then. That's was one of my desperation tries. Yeah. Okay. What the fuck? I do not want to brute force this. Look at the PDA. That diagram I saw back on the terminal. That might help me get this up. Okay. Why is it not here? Like, this whole thing is super useless. We have one more thing I can... Now we looked at this one. Want to look here. There's one more thing that could have something etched on it, which is this. Because there was, on the other log, there was stuff written on the side. I mean, it was only hearts. But this could have been it. Trying to look for clues in here. Bypass substation 1 and 4. Nuke them both from the system. Bypass substation 1 and 4. Okay, let's try to bypass substation 1 and 4. Maybe the hint is actually from the log. Meaning that we only put FG and JJ. Oh my god, I figured it out.
Let there be light.
Good work. Problem though.
What?
We should have thought of the
access the rig
style.
schematics. There's a security lockdown. Stand by.
Mapping vector located.
Okay, I'm in. There's a control room through that sealed door on the upper deck. If we're gonna override the lockdown, that's where we do it.
Got it, I'll check it out.
Okay. So we go up from his position. the security lockdown door here. It is now...
So, yeah. There's no chance I'm squeezing through this.
What about Moses?
You're kidding.
He's helped sort scrap before. Already has a comm rig and a QSD. We can trade items with him just like we do with each other.
I don't like talking to him. Every time
He
he
asked
asks
about
about...
the
He was
daughter.
with her when it happened.
It happened because of him.
That's not fair.
I'm just saying what it is. She jumped in after him.
It's still not fair.
Fine, I'll get the damn bear.
Here, take his key. And be nice.
Smart bear key. Oh. Okay. Okay, we're actually using Moses the bear, and Moses killed the daughter. That's crazy. Like, not on purpose, but we hope. Hello,
I am
Moses.
Moses. I am Hope's best friend.
Hope isn't here, Moses.
Ah, yes. I remember. The water. I do not like water. She tried to...
Head up to the top of the rig. I need you to squeeze through an open door there.
I will not see Hope again.
Head up to the top of the rig. Get through the door.
I will not see Hope
Now.
again is
Yes,
such
Mike.
a sentence from an AI. Will he react to stuff like this? I hoped he would. I think that's the only thing I suppose he would
I
react
miss
to.
Hope, Charlie.
I do too.
I miss playing with her.
I do too.
Is it wrong to wish I could stop missing her? Sometimes I feel guilty for wishing it.
No, I think that, it isn't wrong at all.
My Charlie.
That's
I
such a
do not
super
like
depressed
water.
AI.
In water, you are powerless. There is a lot of water here. Water is unsafe. I do not like water.
It'll be dry inside. I promise, Mose.
My Charlie. Charlie Mac, I am inside.
Okay. Now you need to get to the control room. It's on the other side of that bulkhead.
The interior radiates an unusually high heat, made worse by a pungent aroma of rot that permeates the air. Various cartons of non-processed food have been stuffed in these containers. That's where we can continue. Many months' worth of leaks from rain to faulty pipes, generally maintained by irregular upkeep, have flooded the floors and deused the interior with humidity. Soggy pieces of detritus float in the thin film of liquid muck that covers the floor. 2 pathways, huh? Pipes like ferrying boiling water are destined from the ocean below, and we can
The
go
floor
up
is
here.
slippery here. Children should be cautious.
Massive magnetic clamps ensure that the bulkhead access point can be shut in the case of a breach. A pair of tanks containing compressed air. One tank seems to have recently sprung a leak, likely due to a lack of maintenance. Light flickers through the air vent, revealing a sickly
The
pulsating light
door is
beyond.
closed.
You're small. Find a way in.
I will try. My Mac.
Okay, screwdriver.
Goodness. This could cause injury if it lays here.
I'm gonna cause injury to you if you keep spouting out public service announcements. This is a deep sea installation. Everything on it's dangerous, okay?
Just ignore him, Mose.
My Charlie.
Okay. made it more so.
I'll say this for him, he breaks things apart really well.
Thank you, Mac.
And we can go through there if we want to, but we've had other pathways to take. So let's go here first.
This place smells bad. I would like to go home now.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Language, Mac.
I know, Moses. It's okay. We'll leave soon. I promise.
I will leave soon.
A list of names from an ongoing pool tournament. This list of names reveals a happier time when the simple pleasures of a pool league were all that a crew had to worry about. Barnell won versus Gamby, Dooley lost versus Freeborn, and so on. Nobody tied. I don't think you can tie at pool. Winner gets their choice of shift rotations for 2 months. See captain for something pool numbers. A series of notice boards displaying a variety of materials, rotation schedules, a notice of arrivals and departures of staff, notifications, sign-ups for crew activities, a TV schedule and regulation reminders are dotted around adverts for company products and personalized iconography. The unwelcome aroma of damp intermingling with rot permeates the room, a scene of chaos with furniture driven aside and handfuls of paper left to disintegrate in the standing water blanketing the floor. The overturned table and chairs speak to a panicked scene, either pushed to the side to make room for something being moved through or a victim of trapped frustration.
This is not safe for children to eat.
Look at that. Food's still on the plates.
Yeah.
They left in a hurry.
Or didn't leave at all.
The fallen pool table was shoved to the side. Dampness has copiously ruined the felt, and mold has claimed much of the remaining base. Take a look at collectible VHS was found. Okay, that's 2, 4, 6, 8 stars thing. A web of glass fractures burst outwards from an impact point on the window, the most likely done with one of the nearby shares. The windows here are heavy-duty glass, considering it hasn't shattered despite the damage. Okay, then look at the collectible. How did I find that? I just went to a random place on the ground. Did I get that from going here or from interacting with the window?
Kitchens can be dangerous places. Utensils, sharp objects, and powered equipment should always be stored safely.
Damp consumables. All caked with a thick layer of rotten leftovers. The stink is invasive and aggressive. Proximity would invoke profound nausea. Force rain trickles down the window exterior, presumably from a cracked pipe above. Don't we have rear rain all over here? The small mountain of plastic cutlery, plates and bowls lies trapped within and underneath the overturned rag. Over a dozen water bottles are reserved for cooking. Whatever chemicals were mixed into the waters have long since begun to separate, spreading a sickly stain within the interior. A pair of menus listing what meals and ingredients are sanctioned by corporate and a list of what provisions are delivered weekly. A sickly green mold has spread across stores and food. Whatever was stored here seems to have been removed before or after the rack was tilted over. And more spoiled food. And a PDA. Fucking hell. And does this lead to the same other room? Yeah, thank you for the double black screen. But not when going in. Okay, another PDA. Fucking hell. Oh, that's the difference. Her PDA has the freaking hearts on it. His PDA is just technical, and the Smart Bear's PDA looks like this. It's from the chef. Okay, not as much stuff here. My Christmas lunch menu is Peruvian string beans and oyster soup, followed by prime rib and pickled eggs with a chestnut dressed salad on the side. Dessert will be cloverleaf rolls dipped in honey, double rations for your drinking pleasure. I caught a glimpse of Dr. K's new pet this morning. She's been growing some tumorous meatballs in Baron's lab. I swear I heard her cooing to it as though it were a newborn while she carried it around in a napkin. Her obsession with mixing her bodily fluids into whatever organic mosses she can find is getting to me. While cooking breakfast this morning, I suddenly panicked that she'd somehow contaminated the ingredients. Not long ago, I found one of her fish in the extended storage freezers, covered in pustules. A weird mucus-like goop crawled out of its gills and across the drawer interior. I swear to God, its dead eyes were staring at me as if pleading. I asked Steve to toss it, burn the drawer, and order a replacement. I can still smell the thing no matter how much I wash. I was asked to whip up a batch of gnat juice for Kurt. He's still having those bad dreams. A tasty blend of synthetic opioids, cough syrup, sedative hypnotics, and essential oils will have him sleeping like a baby in stasis, and he still dreams. I'm genuinely happy that I went through all that effort to get a transfer topside. I was cooking down there long enough to get a whiff on what they were digging up. Imagine being in lockdown there. I wonder if Abdulaziz is okay. Abdulaziz, probably. Abdulaziz. I thought we still count as friends after the way we parted, but I wouldn't want anything terrible to happen to him. It's that synth asshole, Corbin, who keeps me from visiting. Gotta say, it's been a luxury not needing to worry about random security inspections, cavity searches, or its dipshit attitude. I'm no longer a holy man, but I've been praying that some Black Ops thug mistakes him for a toaster and puts a few rounds in his plastic face for target practice. Yeah, that would put a smile on my dial. Great news, the company rescue boat Sebastian is being prepped for departure. That's the one that that sank. We've been tasked with loading boxes of reports and crates of artifacts aboard. There's barely enough space on deck for all this treasure, so I'm not sure where we will batten down. The ship's crew seem to shudder with disgust whenever they look at us. They aren't even Navy. These guys look like bullet stoppers. Whatever, I'm too tired to care, and I'm glad most of us will be off this miserable platform in an hour. I hope Abdulaziz joins us. All erased? Guess we're part of the collateral after all. As the ship departed, I saw Baron and several executives watching us bled the way a children watches a worm eat an insect from the inside. This was the first time I allowed myself to really see his face. It will stay with me to the grave. Cap D has called a strategy meeting. An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its leg to escape. We will survive this together. Okay, those were the guys who were left behind with the whole current quarantine issue. Okay, that was a nice little story break, and we're gonna go through this grate into the next room in tomorrow's episode. Have a nice day and see you with that.